All right, so welcome to our beginning Q&A. This is a Q&A we do every single Thursday, and it's usually hosted by our great, one of our great teachers, Will, but I've took over last week, and I'm taking over this week as well. We also opened it up to everybody today. So if you're not part of any of our memberships, and you're just joining us for the first time, put something in the chat, say hi, whether you're on our Zoom call here or YouTube. If you're on a Zoom call, you're going to get all the PDFs right here in the chat that we're going to use today. But anyway, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We have a lot of our members here today. Ira, it's good to see you. Rachel, Dennis, Sandy, Mark, John O. Douglas, Keith, Barry. I just go through some. Elizabeth, Bill, Jim, Bob, Brenda. It's good to see just some of the people that check in. Lorraine, I know Elaine is here as well, and some other people. Mike, I see is here. Christine will check in. So the idea with our beginning Q&A, it's been a while since we started it, was that we wanted to present another Q&A because we already do our Friday Q&A, which is now like at least 7 years running every Friday, and those have all been recorded. So it all been recorded and all posted in the membership for our platinum members. But we have a guitar Q&A. Well, that guitar is a little bit different platform, Rock Like The Pros. But we have a baritone Q&A we do. We have a Hawaiian Q&A now that we do as well, and then we have our beginning one, which we started just to kind of help the beginners. Sometimes people would join in on the Friday Q&A, and if you're a beginner, and it might be a little bit hard, and we wanted to give a platform for this. So this has been a great platform. What we've done with this Q&A is any of our members, doesn't matter what, if you're a premium member or a standard member or a platinum member, you get access to these every week. They're all recorded. You get all the recordings, you get all the PDFs and all that stuff. But so last week, I was here last week as well. We did the Bad Leroy Brown, and we did this little what was the key? This blues shuffle thing, moving up. Actually, a blues rock, more of a blues rock thing, moving up and down the neck. Now this was with a high G. So if you have high G, low G, it doesn't matter. If I did the same thing with the low G, Leroy Brown. All right, so we'll stop there. Now I'll put this in the chat right now. I don't want to start with this. I want to start with something new, and then we'll circle back to this at the end. Okay, but I'll put this in the chat now. So this is the Bad Leroy Brown, and this is this version that we did here, which is this cool version of just taking this shape and moving it up and down the ukulele neck. So I'm going to put this in the chat right now. We'll come back and circle on this later. So I'll put this in the chat. So if you're not normally part of the Q&As, I'm going to give that to you now. And then also we had the sheet music, and I'll go ahead and throw that in the chat as well for you. Our sheet music here for the song as well. Okay, there you go. Now today what I want to do is I was flipping through the daily ukulele book yesterday, and I was trying to look at something. And I don't know if you're like me, but I always go from the beginning. So I was like, you know what? Stop the beginning. I'm going to go to the end first and go back and try to find a song. And if you don't have the daily ukulele book, I mean, you might as well you should pick up all these fake books or real books just to have them in your collection, because you never know when you need a song, you're looking for a song, or you're just trying to find something new. I mean, they're pretty cheap books. They're 30, 40 bucks, and you get hundreds of songs. So everybody should have those in your repertoire. And most of them have the big full version and also the smaller travel version as well. But I was going from the back, and I'm going to play just a little bit of this song here. And I want you to see if you can get it. All right, I'm gonna play just a little tiny bit here. Let me go back to the beginning of the song. All right, well, name that tune and how many beats. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna stop right there because if I give it play any more, it's gonna say the song. What song is that? Does anybody know? We've gone back here. We've gone back a little bit. This is shooting back to the doo-wop time period. And there's a reason why I chose this song is because it has one of the most important progressions that you need to know as a musician, not just as a ukulele player, but the 1-6-2-5-1 progression. Okay. Now, in a lot of look, you guys, the answers are coming out. Yeah, a lot of these songs are very similar. A lot of these kind of doo-wop songs kind of start kind of similar, and they do have a lot of very similar chord progressions. But this chord progression is really essential, not only in this style of music, but also just you'll see this in pop music, you'll see it in rock music, and you'll see it a lot in jazz music. So I'm going to call this the essential jazzy rhythms that we're going to go over today. All right, let me play it from the beginning again, and I'll give you the answer here. All right, so Why Do Fools Fall in Love is our song. By who? Oh, I think like Lorraine already got it, throwing it down in the chat already. She already put the answer in there. Okay. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. So I'm going to Google how old was Frankie Lyman when they recorded this song. How old was he when they recorded this song? All right, I'm going to go ahead. So I have a couple things I'm going to pass out to you today. One is the sheet music for this. And I'm not going to focus on the whole song today. You have it, and actually the key that the song is in for the sheet music is in the same key as the recording here. So that's nice. That doesn't always happen, especially with ukulele, but it's nice that you could actually take this chart that I'm going to give you here in the chat, and then you can just play along with it. All right, so I got 3 different answers. I'm not sure who's right. I got 17, 14, and 13. So I got 12. All right, so I don't know. Maybe you guys are using, maybe your AI searches are getting it wrong. We'll have to figure out. All right, but June 21st, 1966, I would imagine that was the year the song was recorded. So then we just have to figure out when was Frankie born and how old is, right? All right, so I'm going to put it in the chat. And this one came from the Daily Ukulele book. So if you're not familiar with that book, it's called the Daily Ukulele book, or I think it's called 365 Days, something like that, because each basically has 365 songs, and each day of the year you can do a new song. Can you give this to Sienna, please? All right, so I just threw it in the chat. So let's look at it real quick. And the thing I want us to focus on today, and it's not hard. Let me turn my phone. You ever wonder why people call and then they don't leave a message and they just call right back again and they just call right back again? Like, why don't they just leave a message? Why do they just keep calling over and over again? Like, I'm going to answer it the second time. All right. But here it is. We're live on YouTube and everywhere, but...
Oh well.
Alright, right, so that's it. That's what we're going to go over today. All right, so let me throw it up here on the chat. Don't worry, if you're on YouTube or watching this video, you don't have the ability to look at this or download it. That's fine. We're going to throw it in right here. And thank you all for coming, by the way. We're having a nice turnout. Usually these aren't that big. It's kind of a little bit more intimate, but it's great to see everyone. All right, so here's your chart. So why do fools fall in love? And this is basically what a lot of these books have. It has the melody, it has the chords, it has the lyrics, and then it has the chord charts up here. All right, so what I want to focus on really is just the first four chords. The F, the D minor, the G minor 7, and the C7. All right, just these four chords. So check these out. You got F, D minor. So that's a pretty easy transition to get from the F to the D minor. And then you're going to go to the G minor 7. That was a little bit of a harder chord. Not crazy hard. And then C7. I'm going to go back to high U. High G U. Kind of has a cool sound with the high G too. All right, so, and if you notice the rhythm here, each chord, and I actually, all we really want to focus on is this part right here, which is pretty much the same until you get to the section right here, the middle section, the chorus or of the song with the B flat 6. It's pretty much all the same. It's just this F, D minor, G minor, C. So you just got to focus on the first measure here. So first two measures. So F, and then it's two beats, right? For G7, minor 7, and C. Just do this with me. F, 2, D minor, G minor 7, and C. And Alright, so that's step one. You should be able to do that. And if the chords are new to you, maybe the G minor 7, if these are new to you, depending on also how long you've been playing, that's fine. But just get these down, get these shapes down. And of course, this progression, which I said earlier, is what we call the 1, the 6, the 2, and the 5. And this is used in tons of songs. Especially you see it a lot in jazz stuff. If you're into any kind of jazz, you see this a lot in jazz music. Okay. All right. So, one, key of F. And then when I say 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, I'm talking about the relationship from the one chord, our tonic chord, which is F, to the other chord. So F, the D minor is just F, G, A, B, C, D, right? Just six letters up if you're moving up alphabetically. So F, the D minor is your 6th chord. And then your G minor 7 is your 2 chord, right? F to G, just the 2. And then C7 is a 5. F, G, A, B, C, the 5 chord. So 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. So 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5. All right, now what I want to focus on today is a couple rhythms I want to show you. And we could sing, we could sing some of this, the first part of the song. It's actually kind of a hard song to sing because of the way the phrasing of the lyrics is actually kind of complicated. It actually takes a little bit of practice. But let's look at some rhythms. All right, I want to show you 4 rhythms today. Well, actually, I guess just 5. One is just this one, just half notes. This one I did not put on the sheet that I'm about to show you. But I guess that would be a nice rhythm just to kind of get it down. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so yeah, it's the Douglas. Yeah, and you'll hear different songs. like this, you'll hear a bunch of different songs that have this same exact. Matter of fact, I'm sure if you Google what are the top 100 songs that use the 1-6-2-5 chord progression, it will just spit out. Or I guess you can use Chat GPT if you want. AI should be able to handle that as well. You'll get a bunch of songs, and then as you go down the list, you'll probably see like a bunch of them, bunch of songs that you recognize. And then what happens is as you play this today, you're gonna hear these in different songs. You're just gonna be going down the road or whatever, and you're gonna hear it, and you're gonna say, "Oh, I know exactly what that is." You're gonna hear that progression, and you're gonna be able to know it exactly. All right, so here it is. Let me make sure this is I'm calling this. I don't know if this is exactly the right name to name this, but I call it the Essential Jazzy Rhythms. I guess just to give it a fun name for us to use here. Okay, good. So it looks fine. All right, I'm gonna put this in the chat. I missed one time signature on the bottom one, but not a big deal for now. All right, so there we go. All right. By the way, we do have just as a side note, we do have a ukulele giveaway that's going on right now. We'll put that in. If you haven't signed up for that, make sure to sign up. We're giving away a free Ko-Aloha soprano ukulele. ukelikeThePros.com/win. So I'm not going to get it. It's in the other room. But anyway, if you haven't signed up for that, you don't even need to do anything before that. But do that. And then also, if you don't know about it and you haven't done it, and I could use your support, this is streaming over on our Uke Like The Pros YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to that, make sure to do that. Uke Like The Pros. But most of you probably have. But we also have a Terry Carter Music Store YouTube. That's kind of a small channel. We're just kind of getting it started. But hop on over there, please. The YouTube. We'll put that in the chat as well. Go sign up. We put a lot of reviews and different things up. Not only ukulele, but also various other things as well. But yeah, that any support on that would be great. And we're going to do a giveaway on that channel too to help kind of boost the numbers. All right, so let's look at this. I want to open this chart here. Yeah, there you go. YouTube.com/@Terry Carter Music Store or @Uke Like The Pros. All right, so let's look at this. I want to focus on this first rhythm here. This is, I mean, the rhythm looks simple, right? It's just our basic. There's just an explanation of the notes up there, what a whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note is. But this real simple rhythm here. Now I didn't put any chords or anything because you could practice these with anything, but just do it on an F chord. Just grab your F chord, and we're just going to be doing this letter A, right? And it's just going to go down, 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 down. Real simple. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. All right, and what I'll probably do after this is I'll update this chart for us today, and I'll make it 2 measures long, and then I'll put the chords and the chord diagrams over it, so that way you can practice without the other chart, so you have it. But for now, it's totally fine. Okay, gotcha, Rachel. All right, now, yeah, thank you, Elizabeth. So now we're going to take our chords. I don't think you need this. We can go back to the chord sheet. We're going to actually just play letter A here with the chords. All right, so that rhythm, I'll go back to the actual chart so you can see that. And then you still have the chord shapes on that. All right, so if we look at this, you should be seeing Why Do Fools Fall in Love. We're going to take that rhythm we just learned. We're just going to do this. F, D minor, G minor, 7, C. So it's going to go F, which is down, down, up. D minor, G minor 7, down, down, up, and then C7. And that's it. So down, down, D minor, D minor, G minor 7, and C7. F, D minor, Now you'll notice, and someone mentioned this earlier, the D minor chord is the same as the B flat 6 chord. Also, most of the time when you're doing these, you would have this 2 chord would also be a 7th chord, so D minor 7. But they didn't do that in this case because the D minor 7 is just like the F chord. So we make sometimes with the ukulele especially, we kind of change things up a little bit just to accommodate how the instrument is set up. Right? So let's do that again. Same thing, down, down, up for each chord. 3, 4, F, down, and D minor, G minor 7, and C7. And lovers await the break of day. Why do they fall in love? Alright, so how are we doing on that so far? Now that's a pretty slow tempo. The song's a lot faster than that. Matter of fact, if you hear just the beginning of it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it's a lot faster, right? Why do they fall in love? Okay, so it's a nice. It sounds good when it's fast, but you got to be able to basically have these chords memorized so you don't have to think about them. I see some messages here. All right, good. 5. Yeah, so we have a rating. If you're new to us, haven't been here before, we have a rating system 1 to 5 on how you're doing on things. 5 being you're nailing it, 1 being you need some work. Let's have a little T here. All right. Let's do the same thing now, just a hair faster. Do you need this? Do you need the chords up? You have the downloads. Let's try it without the chords on the screen. Just a little faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Why do they fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay? Why do they fall in love? Alright, so this is like, I guess on the chart, it's level 1 or the A section. Now, if we want to bump it up a notch, 1 would just be increasing the tempo, would be one thing. And then 2, I'm going to show you the next rhythm. Well, of course, you have the sheet, but I'll put it on the screen. Why do birds sing so gay, and lovers await the break of day? Why do they fall in love? All right, let's put the chart on. Let's just do that. Let's just do up to there. Again, this is not so much about playing the whole song or singing, but it's such a great chart. So here it is. Let's just play up to this B flat 6 chord. All right. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. 1, 2, 3, and why do birds sing so gay, and lovers await the break of day? Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? Now, even though this just shows an F chord, you could do the progression there. All right, so that's kind of level 1, a little bit faster. Probably a little harder, especially if you don't have the chords memorized. Now, level 2 is actually the same rhythm. We're going to take the same rhythm And all we're gonna do here is add a mute. Now I say that like it's super easy, but it can be a lot. It can be complicated. Yeah, how did you do with that? Faster rhythm. So that was number one. We just did this 1 or A section here. Okay. And again, I'll redo this chart for us. I'll put both measures with the chords and the diagram so you can practice right on this chart. Now, the next level up is going to do the same thing except for notice what we do on beats 2 and beat 4, which is add a mute. So if I play it, let me show you on the screen too. Why do birds sing so gay? Why do they fall in love? Alright, so now we're going to step it up a little bit. So we're going to take our F, we're going to go down, and then on the second, we're going to mute. And we're just going to do a simple palm mute. I mean, I say it's simple. Simple for some of you, especially if you've been doing it for a little while. Hard if you're new to it. And we're just going to do this palm mute. Just going to palm on my hand. Funny how many times I've explained this over my life. Not only on ukulele, but guitar and stuff like that. Just taking the palm of your hand, simply, literally put it on the strings lightly. You don't have to press down too hard. And then doing the strum at the same time. So hand hits the string, and then you mute. So you get this muted sound. So it's F, mute. And in fact, that's a great way to practice it if you're not great at it or beginning just to learn. Just do the strum and then the mute. Strum and then the mute. And notice my hand, it looks like I'm just strumming, but if I slow it down, it's really what's happening is just that's hitting first and then the strum. So strum, mute, strum. And it's a little different. When I say the word mute, it's the muted strum. A lot of times in music, if you say mute, it's like muted, like not playing. But in guitar world, ukulele world, it's a little bit more. It's more like a muted strum is really what we call it. I don't know why Zoom, every time the chat, it always shoots back up to the top. Like, it doesn't put me down where the new stuff is. Okay. And we just posted something. We have a special right now over at Uke Like The Pros where you, some of our courses, you buy the course, you get a free ukulele. So you get one of our other, not this model, the JT model, although you can upgrade to this. So you buy a course and you get a free uke. And then if you want to upgrade to one of our other ukes, you can. But anyway, you just put that in the chat. ukelikeThePros.com/courses for that. Alright, so we got the mute, and then we have just a simple upstroke that's not muted. So the F is going to be down, mute, up. So down, and then mute, and then on the upstroke, you're not going to mute. So that's the rhythm. Let's just do that on the F chord. I'll put the chart back up so you can see it. I know a lot of us are visual learners. We need to see it. So here it is. We're just doing letter B. Just on the F chord for now. 2, 3, 4. So it's down, mute, up, down, mute, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So make sure you got that down well, and then we can add it to the, so just down, down, up, and then go to D minor, down, G minor 7, mute, and C7, and that's it. 1, mute, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Why do birds sing so gay? All right, so that's our rhythm. Let's go ahead and. Okay, good. All right, good. Looks like Rachel got everything she needed. And if you have any questions, throw them in the chat, please. All right. So we're gonna, no, I don't want that chart. We're gonna go back, we're gonna go back to the other chart where you see the music. Here we go. Okay, now we're gonna take our song here, Why Do Fools Fall in Love. We're just gonna play it with that B rhythm, with the muted strum on beats 2 and 4. Now it gets a little more complicated. 1, 2, 3, 4, and F, D minor, G minor 7, C7. All right, here we go, and we'll sing. Why do birds sing so gay, and lovers await the break of day? Why do they fall in love? Keep going. Oh, why does the rain fall from above? And why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? All right, that's a slow tempo. How we doing? We feeling okay on it? I don't see any questions in the chat. So you want to get comfortable there. All right. Some of you, Keith, nailing it. Douglas, nailing it. Good. Now it gets harder as we speed it up, and especially to keep a nice rhythm to it. All right, good. Ira, Barry, Bill, Bob, good. Okay, so now if we take it, as you speed it up, that mute almost sounds like a drum. It's very percussive. It sounds like what a snare drum would be. All right, so let's try it. Sandy, good. Joanne, hey Joanne. All right, Joanne always sneaks in. You know, she's not always here at the beginning, but she sneaks into the Q&As later. All right, so let's try it a little faster. I'm gonna leave it off the screen so you can just see me if you're curious about my hands or anything like that. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and we'll just do the progression a few times. Just a hair faster. Right there. Why do birds sing so gay, and lovers await the break of day? Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? All right, now where are we tempo-wise? Let's check the original. Where are we tempo-wise? It feels still like we're a little slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Actually, we weren't too bad. Maybe just a hair under. So let's put it back on the screen. Let's do it just a hair faster. Okay. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. By the way, when they're doing that part in the song, it's just the same. It's the same progression. Just a 1, 6, 2, 5. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Why do birds fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay, and lovers await the break of day? Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? word fall in love. I always say the word bird instead of fools. All right. As you can see, when I'm playing it and singing it, the rhythm may vary a little bit, and that's okay. Okay? It's going to vary a little bit. I might even add a kind of a different strum pattern, especially on that C7 chord. So. And of course, at some point in time, you can really cut loose and just do a different rhythm altogether. But we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, so that's level 2, really. Now, level 3 is going to take the same thing, except notice what I'm going to do to the rhythm here. What did I do? I just flipped it. I took that same rhythm we're doing, except I flipped it. So here it is. We're looking at letter C. So notice here, this A and B basically, quarter note on beat 1, eighth note on 2, quarter note on beat 3, eighth note on 4. And all I've done for C is I flipped it. So now the eighth notes are on beat 1 and then the quarter note on beat 2, and then eighth notes on beat 3, and then quarter note on beat 4. And it lines up really nice here on this chart, so you can see right where everything is. So now the rhythm, just on the F chord, is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2. Matter of fact, it's going to sound like the same rhythm if you get thrown off on the beat. Like if you're not counting, it could be, if you don't know where beat 1 is, it's going to sound exactly the same. But beat 1, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Alright, do that with me. 2, 3, 4. So it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Alright, so now we just put it right to our progression. Now you should have all the basic skills already for this. The only thing that's going to be a little awkward is just the placement of it now and making sure you're on the right beat. It's kind of like reggae music in that sense. Is when you're playing reggae, one. If you don't have a backing track or a backing band like a drum or anything, it just sounds like. It just sounds like you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But really, what we're doing is what? Those are offbeats. 1 and 2 and 3. All right, so having a backing track or a band would be help with this a little bit, but we're going to work with what we got. All right, so here we go. Why do birds sing? We're going to do it with that rhythm. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Here we go. With nice and slow. We're nice and slow for first. Just all 4 chords. F, D minor, G minor, C7. 1, 2, here we go. And that rhythm. A little different. Probably not one that you use tons. Sorry, my phone keeps ringing on me. I have it pretty quiet, but let me turn it down a bit. All right. Personal. All right. All right. Good. Nailing it. Good. A lot of 4s, a lot of 5s. Not everybody's putting a score in there, so I'm just going to assume if I don't see a question, you're doing okay on it. So now let's bump it up a little bit. And I think this rhythm sounds really good. It's almost like a good doo-wop style rhythm doing this. All right. And I'll have to be careful. I might flip the rhythm. Sometimes that happens when I'm doing this. Okay, again, we're going to be working on right now this third rhythm, letter C, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. All right. But I'll put our chart back up. All right. A little faster. Wait, a little faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. So that's hard, right? It's hard to do and sing, actually. It's good, though. You know, I have to focus on that rhythm because I want to flip it sometimes. I don't want to change it up. So it's good. It's good to practice it. Now, to me, it sounds a little flat still. Like I feel like it could still have a little bit more of a bounce. Now we're cooking. All right, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Yes, Rachel threw some stuff in. Okay, so now we're cooking. Now I feel like this next rhythm is a great alternative rhythm for you to try. Hard, but it's got a great bounce to it. So what we did here, we're on letter D here. I forgot the time signature, so I'll put the time signature back in. Not a big deal. But my eyes see that, but it's okay. Now we're gonna add a mute again on beats 2 and 4. So same palm mute that we've done when we were doing letter B here, but now it's just with this flip rhythm. Okay, so it's gonna go. If I just stay on an F chord, down, up, mute, down, up, mute. All right, that's all we're gonna do. All right. Let's do it without, just same thing, just on the F chord. You can see my hands here. 3 and down, up, mute, down, up, mute. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. Why do they fall in love? All right, now we're bringing our rhythm back. Or not the rhythm, the chords back. Now we're bringing our chords back. So F, so it's down, up, mute. New chord D minor, down, up, mute. G minor 7, down, up, mute. And C7, down, up, mute. We do that without the break now. 3, and it's F, D minor, G minor 7, C. Why birds sing so deep, and lovers await the break of day? Oh, why do they fall in love? Oh, why does the rain fall from above? And why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? All right. Now that's the slow tempo. We're getting a little late here on time, so we're gonna crank it up here. Also, we just put something in the chat too. I know a lot of you are already members, so you don't need all the courses, but we have a 2-for-1 courses pack as well. We put that link in there. Buy our course, get a course free. All right, so let's bump it up a little bit. Okay. Same rhythm. Down, up, mute. And we'll do it. And again, don't forget, this happens every Thursday for our beginning Q&A. Every Thursday for all our members. Any of our members, any of the memberships we have, everyone gets access to the beginning Q&A. And at this point, it's gone to a lot because we've been doing it so long. They're doing some cool things. I think we're working on some 6 and some thirds. And don't forget, all our regular platinum members, tomorrow we're continuing our giveaway. I mean our challenge. All right, our challenge. Right. You know, my hair could be along the lane. You can't tell. Maybe it is just slicked back and it's pulled all the way back. All right, so let's do this. We're gonna do this last strum pattern here. A little faster here. 1, maybe a little faster. The break of day, why they fall in love. Yeah, this is probably my favorite of them. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and F, D minor, G, C. To the chorus here. Take you to the chorus. All right. Now, as you're putting your scores in there, yeah, the chuck is hard. I mean, that's that muted strum, that chuck. That's not easy. Now, what you notice when I do it fast, I want you to notice my right hand. Okay, notice my right hand. And by the way, I've said this many times. I've studied a lot of different musicians, ukulele players, guitar players, and I'm convinced that the technique for all these great musicians we love, it comes from the right hand, not the left hand. The left hand's the hand we look at because that's the one where the fingers are flying everywhere. But the technique actually comes from the right hand. So make sure you get this nice, strong right hand, whether you're strumming or finger picking or doing whatever. And by the way, just a side note. So my son and I have gotten into a pretty cool routine in the morning where after we do our workout, we play guitar. He and I play electric guitar, and my daughter plays piano. And it's crazy how fast kids pick things up. I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, he's doing things I wasn't even doing when I was like 15 playing guitar. He's already doing. It's only been a couple weeks. But I taught him the harmonic today. So I taught him the harmonic, which on electric guitar, especially with an amplifier, is really cool. So he was pretty jazzed on learning harmonic, because it's hard for him to press down because he has small hands and his metal string. So the harmonics you don't need to press down. So he was loving that. All right, but let's do this. Check out my right hand and play along. We're just gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna pump it up a little bit. Oh, do 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 do. On to them and. Lovers wait the break of day. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? Oh, why do they fall in love? Why do they fall in love? All right, what I wanted you to notice, maybe you were playing along with me, but as you kind of get faster with this, and it becomes more automatic, and I've talked about this before, it almost, you can kind of get like a little circular strum going. And you really notice this, I noticed this a lot in, the one musician I saw this a lot was Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now, Stevie was a guitar player. I don't know if he ever played ukulele. He might have. If he was alive today, he probably would be, because the ukulele is more popular now. But he did this kind of this circular strum pattern, and as you kind of get moving, it's not big. And it really kind of happens like your arm doesn't even have to move that much. It kind of just happens here in your wrist. So instead of just going like down up, I'm doing more of a circle. It changes the sound so much. I just feel like it kind of helps the momentum, helps the rhythm kind of progress along there a lot. So all right, so there's kind of all I really wanted to do today. I know we were going to have the last time we did the Bad Leroy Brown, but I feel like let's not worry about that today. You can still practice that. I put it in the chat earlier. And we'll have it as a download for today. And last week you can go watch. That's kind of where we spent a lot of time working on that blues thing. But I really wanted to get this today. I thought it was cool. I saw it last night, and I was like, this is going to be perfect for us today. Going over again our 1-6-2-5 progression, very jazzy. So it's not only jazzy, but actually it happens a lot in Hawaiian music as well. So if you go to our jazz courses, we have a couple of jazz courses here. Those have this 1-6-2-5 progression in it. And if you go to the Hawaiian course, the song that Anthony did for that course is also using that same 1-6-2-5. Okay, so you do see it a lot, not only in jazz, but Hawaiian music. You do see it in some pop music, some rock music, and stuff like that as well. Okay, doo-wop music, obviously. Church music, you hear that a lot. So anyway, we'll stop it at that. So why do fools fall in love? 1-6-2-5. I gave you 4 cool jazzy rhythms that work over a progression like this, and you do notice that they sound better, I guess is the right word, or sound more authentic the faster you go. So when you do it slow, it doesn't have that same vibe. Is when you speed it up, and then it really kind of like starts sounding well. And if you play any of those rhythms with the recording of this song, which is Why Do Fools Fall in Love version, same key in F, it's actually going to sound really good. So anyway, let me see. I think we got some people here on YouTube. So thank you everybody here. If you're on YouTube, thanks for being here. If if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe to the Uke Like The Pros YouTube channel. And we put up a cool video the other day that has gotten a lot of views. It's a short. Shorts do seem to get a lot of views these days, as people are flipping through their phones. But it was a carbon fiber ukulele, a close carbon fiber ukulele versus a solid wood ukulele, and that video got a lot of action. So anyway, thanks for supporting our Uke Like The Pros YouTube channel, and if you haven't, make sure to go and subscribe to the Terry Carter Music channel. We're actually just kind of getting started. We're trying to reach 10,000. We haven't reached 1,000 yet at the time of this video, but we're trying to reach 10,000 as fast as we can for that as well. But anyway, I'm going to stop the stream over here on YouTube. Everyone here, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for taking the time, and hopefully you got something out of this Jazzy 1625 progression we did. If you need anything, let us know. Reach out to us on any of our channels. So over here on YouTube, I'm going to end this stream now. Thank you. Take care, and we'll see you next time.